Some people who have a hand fetish, I'm not going to be their first choice. What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's often misunderstood how many of our daily actions are just habitual behaviors. So a habit is not only something that you can't control but still do, a habit is also just something that you do without even thinking about it, something that's self-explanatory like brushing your teeth. However, we also all have some bad habits for sure. It doesn't have to be as extreme as smoking, so it doesn't have to be an addiction, but a bad habit can also just be the most seemingly harmless thing, but long term, it can be something that has a bad effect on you. I always try to work on myself, and I'm currently in the process of getting over one of my bad habits. So I thought I'd do some research for myself, film this video, and maybe help and encourage some of you out there as well to get over your bad habits. To begin with, I'm just going to throw all the knowledge and information I've gathered and had on this topic onto you guys, interpret it, use it, and understand it in whatever way you want to. I'll first be doing that, and then later on, I'll elaborate on the bad habit that I'm currently overcoming and how I've applied that knowledge to stay on track and hopefully long-term overcome bad habits in my life. Okay, so first up, starting off strong, when it comes to habits, it's all about the mindset. So first off, you gotta identify the bad habit. What is it? Why is it bad? Because bad is a very bland and subjective word to use. So why is this a bad habit? Do you not like what you are doing? Do you not like how other people look at you because you're doing it? What is it that bothers you? And what is that action or that thing you repeatedly do that you call a bad habit? So be clear with yourself, no excuses, write it down, write it on a whiteboard, tattoo it on your forehead and look in the mirror. I don't care, but be aware, clear your thoughts. What is the bad habit? The way I understood it is that almost all habitual behaviors come from a trigger. The trigger of brushing my teeth, which is a habit, is probably waking up. And the actual trigger that bothers me is the bad breath. I'm someone who can't even speak or open their mouth properly in the morning without brushing their teeth because I'm so disgusted of myself and the taste and everything it does. I really don't like having a bad breath and all that bacteria in my mouth. But let's stay on topic. After identifying the habit, make sure to identify the trigger. That is probably one of the most important points, because when you can identify the trigger, you can identify exactly what is causing you to proceed with this bad habit, this bad action that you so repeatedly do. But here again, I want to highlight how important it is to identify what the bad habit is, because that can really impact the trigger. Like, what is the trigger? For example, if your bad habit is gossiping, look around yourself. Who subconsciously encourages you to gossip even though it makes you feel bad? That is the trigger. That person is the trigger. That social surrounding is the trigger. That place is the trigger. That drink is the trigger. I don't know. But for example, if your bad habit is gossiping, then most likely a group of people or a certain individual is your trigger. If that is the spot and you're thinking of a specific individual right now, for your information, cut them out. I don't care how much love you have for them. Objectively speaking, gossiping is a bad habit. Focus on your own life. But back on track, the trigger could also be a feeling or a specific place. I can magically reveal my bad habit is biting my nails. I've probably been biting my nails for the past 12 to 13 years. I started, I think, in early elementary school. I don't even remember when I started, and it was never to a point where I was bleeding or anything. You know, I trimmed my nails with my teeth. I don't know if it was out of nervousness or it's literally just something that I do without noticing at this point, or it was because I'm really working on it and I'm on track. I'm actually not biting my nails anymore, which is great, but I gotta give my nails some time to grow, which is why it doesn't properly show yet. To kind of touch on the insecurity topic, I think I don't have attractive hands. Some people who have a hand fetish, I'm not going to be their first choice, but that's okay with me. But since I'm overall such a hygienic and vain person, I want the maximum number of parts about my body to be the best possible version. So I'm working on that, and it's just a nasty habit. So I thought it was time. I'm 19 years old. I have to quit it. Anyways, when I started analyzing my surroundings and when I actually started paying attention to when do I bite my nails, what is the trigger, I couldn't really identify it because I was biting my nails in the most random situations. It wasn't out of nervousness. It was probably just because I'm bored. And to be honest, the thing that always threw me off is when like a little snippet of your nail or a little flake of your skin is just standing out, and I just always wanted to, like bite it off, trim it with my teeth because they're sharp, they're there for cutting things. So I also feel like that's how it started back then. I thought it was a good idea to just like get rid of it. But we don't do that anymore. So my trigger, let's say, is just boredom. So once I've identified that, I didn't really know how to proceed. But since I was doing research, I then came across a very important and very helpful point. You have to replace your bad habit with another habit. So as I said, my trigger for biting my nails is most likely boredom. I didn't do it on purpose, but biting my nails gave me a physical stimulation for that boredom. And now when it comes to replacing that habit, you have to find a competing response. And I decided my competing response is going to be this. No, spectacular. So every time I feel like biting my nails, I just do this. And so far it has helped because I kind of feel my nails, I'm feeling myself. It fulfills its purpose. So far I can confidently say I haven't bitten my nails in like 2 weeks. But it is also important that when you decide to quit a bad habit, you're gonna have like minimal failures. So you're gonna have moments where you will bite your nails for like a second, but then remind yourself, I am doing this right now. This is my bad habit. I have the power to stop myself from doing this right now. And it doesn't matter how uncomfortable it's gonna make you feel to just step out of it. Do it, because that is also creating a new habit, Every time you do it, you're gonna subconsciously become aware of this is the bad thing. I don't want this, so I'm gonna stop. Something that really helped me as well is imagine yourself after quitting that habit. I imagined myself with nice nails, nice hands after not having them for the majority of my life because I have or had this nasty habit. See how I'm messing up the have and had all the time? That brings me to another very important point. Everything here is about mindset. Good example is smokers. Let's say you're trying to quit smoking. When someone offers you a cigarette, most people that used to smoke would say, I don't smoke anymore, or no thank you, not tonight, or whatever it is. But there's a big issue with that. What you're supposed to say is, no, I don't smoke. It's as simple as that. You live in the present moment, and if you say, I don't smoke anymore, or not tonight, or whatever it is, you still identify as a smoker. But if you say, I don't smoke, your subconscious gets used to that thought, and it starts to eliminate that habit. I know smoking and biting your nails and gossiping, these are all very diverse examples, but bad habits can come in any shapes and sizes. So I just want to make sure to touch on as many areas and fields as possible, because the concept is the same with all these topics. You have the power to stop yourself. Your mindset is either strong enough or you have to train it so you can become mentally strong enough as soon as possible so you can quit that bad habit. Right, so to go over the steps again, first make sure to identify the bad habit, then analyze your surroundings, analyze what you're confronted with. When do you feel the need to proceed in that habit? So identify your trigger then. And then, all the other points I've mentioned, all the little details, take note of that as well. But then just make sure to replace that habit, because if you don't aim for replacing that habit with something that isn't harmful, you're just going to be left feeling empty. Another great example is from my previous video, how I quit drinking coffee. But I didn't get rid of that energy kick the coffee gave me, right? Because then that would have left me feeling empty or like I'm missing something. So I replaced the coffee with a better habit, which is matcha, because matcha has all the great side effects, blah, blah, blah. If you want to know more about that, watch my previous video. But yeah, I feel like you get the point. I have this thing for my nails. Well, I found something else that makes me feel my fingers, even though I don't have a thrill for that. But I don't know, for some reason it works for my brain. So far, I'm going strong and doing great with not biting my nails. I hope it stays that way. I always find informative videos that encourage me to do something very helpful. But yeah, I love these kind of videos, and I love the idea of being able to help people and inspire people. So this is one of my many attempts of doing so. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know about your bad habits. Let me know how you're doing with them, how you're getting over it. I know people are not really commenting on my videos at the moment because I don't have a big fan base yet, but I'm manifesting it. Hope dies last, and this really is a passion of mine. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Bye.